So I think I'm gonna call this video YouTube ad revenue declining, dropping fast, and changing channel audience and niche, growing new channels. And typical annual trends that we have seen time and time again. January, you see a decline in revenue. And if you haven't, then quite possibly it's because you're not monetized yet, or you don't have the historic data to compare. But here's the deal. My main channel, I call this Kevin247 my main channel because it's the largest channel that I have personally and the one that I would devote the most time and energy and upload the most videos to. It has seen a decline in revenue from Google AdSense, from the ad revenue. And you can see that. So the reasons why vary, and they're primarily because of the choices that I make in the content that I choose to create and upload. And this has led me to a variety of changes. And these changes include one very shocking change, and I'll just go ahead and say it. That is no longer trying to make as much money as possible from the videos that I create and upload by way of ad revenue. It can still be done. I'm just not focusing on that primarily with my content curation and my creative process. My creative process is this. I have an idea, I have a thought, I have an opinion, I have a personal experience that I want to share with you. Well, who are you? Well, that's an easy answer. You are a YouTuber. You are a content creator. You are a creative. You are a video editor. You are a script writer. You are anybody in any way, shape, or form tied into and connected and relating to the creative community. And or you're a fan, which I appreciate, each and every one of you. So thank you for watching. You enjoy these conversations and hearing about these different things and, just knowing more about how the sausage is made, basically, even though you have no intention on making it yourself. But that's cool. This is one of many channels we have. This is the type of conversation that happens over here. And if you want a different one, then you know where to find those. Now, the other two changes include growing other channels, which we are actively doing at the moment, and seeing tremendous success. But I will say that through the success, the ups and downs, the wins and losses on this channel and also on Squirrel Tribe, we are taking it very seriously in how we structure and build the other channels. And it's working out really well. The last being sticking to my goal for this channel, which is to effectively reassign the niche audience according to YouTube when it comes to YouTube Studio Analytics into an audience for content creators, into an audience for YouTubers, into an audience interested in how the platform works, learning about the algorithm, the latest news, tips, tricks, strategies, best practices, how to turn this into a business and make money, yada, yada, yada. Now, here's something that I noticed this morning, which I've seen all along, but it was kind of keeping me up last night, and it is a little bit of a challenge. It is a little bit of a struggle, which, spoiler alert, as a creator, you may find yourself getting to a point in time where you struggle with content creation. Not because you don't know how to record or you don't know how to edit or, any of those things. You may find yourself at a point where you decide or questioning whether or not you should continue down the path of natural and organic, 100% authentic and real content creation, or if you want to chase a trend and chase the bag. To each their own. Me personally, I can identify all of these possible directions and paths and opportunities, and I can present these. It's up to you, the creator, to decide what you want to do with that information, how you want to use that to create content and grow as a person and a channel, and what that could mean for you and your audience in the future, because they will formulate an opinion of who you are, and it's going to be based on who you present to them. That's important. Now, on this channel right now, the analytics, the data, the historic trends, the graphs, all that good stuff, well, it's a little discouraging to look at from time to time. And the reason is because I see the trend. I see the direction that it's going. I see the problems that it creates. Hey, good morning. I get out of here. We got a little kissing booth here today. So I see the problems that it creates, and I gotta tell you guys, I honestly don't wanna have anything to do with it. So I'm not. Now, I do know and realize that that means that it's gonna take me a little while longer to get my G63 G-Wagon, AMG. I think it's badass. But yeah, so the simple fact of the matter is that there's a downward spiraling trend right now that can easily be exploited and capitalized on based on the intrinsic need of the masses, for which I am not interested in gaining the attention of. I only solely want the attention of the minority of serious and professional, or soon to be professional, creators looking to connect and communicate and discuss and debate and expand upon all the things that make YouTube great, which is, in my opinion, creating really great content and building really, really good relationships while helping as many people as possible. And I know that that's not the majority. Therefore, viral views in that sense will be 10,000, maybe 100, maybe 1 million at some point per video. But the revenue associated with it will, the revenue associated with it will be, I guess, in line with the views. But as a creator, it's important that you realize that views on videos are not all equal. And the reason I say that is because the views on videos produce a wide variety of results. And these can include not just the CPM and RPM payout, not just the other products that YouTube offers in super chat, super thanks, and memberships, but also how the algorithm treats your content in regard to it being evergreen and how long it lasts. And really what pays you is your average 28 or 30-day views, not views per video. In addition to opportunities from sponsorships, brand deals, and the list goes on and on. I mean, to the point of which some have even made it to Hollywood, whether they're in commercials, movies, you name it. Businesses are being built and wealth is being created in a very, very respectable and sustainable way. Not to mention my own personal favorite here being the end of copycats and clones. Because unfortunately with YouTube, the path of least resistance is the acceptance and exploitation of the Mr. Beast syndrome of, if it worked for them, then it'll work for me. And yes, there is some truth to that, but that's really going to be limited, especially if you're in what is considered to be a low effort niche. Now, will I say that this direction, this conversation, these talking points of YouTube and content creation is low effort? Well, hey, good morning. How you doing? It's good, man. Have a good day. So for some, no, it's not. For some people, this is very difficult. For some, working on a Cummins turbo diesel engine, they could do in their sleep. So they would consider that to be low effort. For others, they wouldn't know the first thing to working on a diesel engine. But it takes time, it takes practice, it takes honing your skills to be that good, to have that, to make that consideration that, yeah, I could tear that thing apart with my eyes closed and put it back together, have it running like a top. So for me, this is easy. This is what I do. This is what I've been doing. This is what I'm going to continue to do. Therefore, it just makes it that much easier for me to have these conversations and discussions with you naturally and authentically from real world perspectives, with my only objective being connection and not an agenda of only attracting the most views, quite possibly from a vast majority of audience that's not really interested in what I have to say. They were only intrigued and theoretically tricked into clicking the video. Whereas I would rather have 100 views from 100 people completely interested and serious about what I have to talk about and interested in what I have to say than 1,000 views from which 900 don't care. That dilutes the number. That will ultimately ruin my audience, my subscriber count, my other objective and goal of seeing this channel make a pivotal change in how YouTube views it, and in essence, where it chooses to send my videos first and foremost. So the goal here is to be extremely specific, blunt, laser focused, and sights set on exactly what the target is and the goal. And I have that, but it took me a while to get here. And I'm really looking forward to sharing what I've learned along the way with you guys, but I can already tell you this right now, that what I'm about to learn from this point moving forward is going to be an accelerated and an advanced course that I think is going to be very valuable and helpful to a lot of people.